affirmations are, they're positive things you can use every day. They build self-esteem so you can be more confident. Family's book of affirmations has great ones you and your family will enjoy. Try it today. Check out my other books as well on Amazon.
Well, hello, guys. I didn't know you were there already. Well, I'm glad that you're here. And since you're here, I want you to go ahead and I want you to pick up your phones and I want you to hit that share button and let everybody know that Bedtime Stories with Miss Pat is on the air. And guys, guess what? We love for you to send up those likes and we love for you to give us those hearts. And one more thing, if you are a first time listener or if you have not received the book from me, drop your name in the comment box below. At the end of the show, someone may be able to win a free book from me tonight. So go ahead. Drop your name in the comment box. Get it in, and make sure that you share this broadcast. Well, guys, tonight I have with me no other than Mr. John, Arthur Chewey, Ben Chewey. I don't know why I said John, Arthur Ben Chewey. And he's going to come on tonight and read us a book called During the Pandemic. And after he finished reading, he's going to... He's not the author of this book, but he's going to be reading it tonight. And when he's finished reading this book, he's going to talk to us a little bit about the book that he actually wrote. So to my parents, when my author finished reading tonight, if you want to go ahead and put the little ones to bed tonight, you can go ahead and do that because we're going to talk a little mom romance or something like that tonight. We're going to see how it's going to turn out. But believe me, it's going to be good for you tonight. Bedtime Stories is going to be doing something a little different, as I had already told you guys. And so I'm excited. Not only are we going to be bringing books to our little ones, but we're going to be bringing books to our teenage girls, our teenage boys, also to our parents. Because guess what, guys? We love to read as well, right? Don't you like to read? If you like to read, say, I like to read. So we like to read. So whether it's a kid's book, whether it's a romance book, whether it's a Christian book, whatever type, comics, whatever, we love to read as well. So we're going to be bringing some more authors to you that will be able to share their books with all of us so that we can enjoy our reading time as well. Well, guys, we know that school has started back and I am so excited. We're in our third week. Yay! We're in our third week. This week will be our third week, and I'm so excited because it has been amazing. And I have really enjoyed my little first graders. Hi, darling. How are you? I know you like to read. Yes. So with my little first graders, and I'm so excited, guys. They have some funny things to share and tell all the time. Guys, also make sure that on Saturday at 9:30 a.m. you jump over to Roku TV and join Bedtime Stories over there on your Roku channel, 9:30 on Saturday mornings as well. Yes, guys. Well, we had a little storm here today, but guess what? We're clear of all of that so that we can get into our story on the night. So, my little ones, question, are you in your pajamas? And do you have your favorite teddy bear or doll baby? Are you ready to read tonight? I hope not read, but hear a story tonight. I hope so. So, guys, I'm going to go ahead and bring my guests to the screen, Mr. Ben.
Hello, everybody.
Hello. Hi. Welcome to Turn It Up Thursday. Woo, 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 woo.
Yes.
Yes, guys, it's Turn It Up Thursday, one day away from the weekend. Yes, Mr. Chewey, I am so glad that you had came and to share with us on tonight. My daughter, guys, what happened with Mr. Chewey was that my daughter went last weekend. That was last weekend, right?
Mhm.
To
A
a
week ago from the weekend.
week ago to a book expo in Roselle, New Jersey. Everybody knows that I'm always hyping up New Jersey because that's where I'm from. So I heard about the expo, Mr. Ben, from one of the young ladies that Miss Kimberly Peters, I think it was, that was on my show. And she was telling me about this big expo that was going to be taking place over in Roselle. And I was like, man, I wish I could be there. So since I was not able to be there, I sent my daughter. And so she went around to all the vendors there and she shared my information. And you were one of the first ones to reach out and ask to come to the show from the expo. So thank you so much.
No problems. Seemed like a good way to reach out to people and help spread the good word, so to speak.
Yes, yes. So before we get started with our reading on tonight, Mr. Chewy, tell us just a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm working in the school system at the moment.
Oh.
And if last year was pretty tricky. I was helping
Mhm.
a teacher who was sick and couldn't come into the classroom. So I
Mm.
was teaching. She was able to teach from home while I was in the classroom to make sure they were actually doing the work.
Hmm. Oh yeah, that was fun, I guess.
It's been a interesting year to say it one way.
Yes, I feel you. I had to do it last year, but the thing was, I did it from home, and I taught from home, and I taught in the school, but
Yeah.
I didn't have someone to do it for me. I had to do it all myself. So
Uh,
I know all so well what you're talking about. Yes, and so are you back in the school now?
Um, the school in New Jersey, I think, starts
That's right.
4 weeks.
Don't start until after Labor Day.
Yeah, but
Don't start until
yeah,
after Labor Day.
yeah. I
Yes,
think
and so
this
I
year, I
do.
was just gonna say this year full time. Last year was all half day because all the I guess you'd had the shifts as well. It was the day
Mhm.
one and day two of the shifts.
Yes. Well, Mr. Chewy, I'm going to go ahead and come off the screen. I'm going to let you read. And when you finish reading, then I'm going to come back to the screen and we're going to talk a little bit more about you guys. Tonight, I have with us Arthur Ben Chewy, and he is going to read a book called During a Pandemic, written by Ashley Parati. I guess
She's
I said
from
it
my
right.
hometown, so
Yeah. Oh, she is.
yeah. I don't know her personally, but I saw her book and I figured it's a good message for. Unfortunately, not to, normally talking about a plague is not the thing you might be the most happy thing to talk about, but I feel like everyone should
Yeah.
know
Well,
to deal with it.
I'm glad that authors are now coming out with books about the pandemic because these are the books that I'm taking back into my classroom to read, and that I've also told my principal about, and they're excited about having these books in the library for the children to read. So look, you guys just keep on writing, keep on writing. Well, guys, I'm going to stop talking now, and I'm going to go ahead and let our author read to you tonight, and I will be back. Don't forget, guys, send up those likes, give us those hearts, and I'll be back in a couple of minutes.
Hello, all right, let's get started. So this is during a pandemic. There is something called a pandemic. It's when a virus spreads around. Those who catch this virus get sneezes, coughs, and frowns. During a pandemic, the schools and churches close. Not for long, just for a bit. So don't wash your fancy clothes. During a pandemic, we watch important people on TV. Mom and Dad call it the news, and they listen, watch, and see. During a pandemic, there are essential things we need every day. We need doctors, groceries, and mail that's on its way. During a pandemic, we spend more time at home. We spend extra time with family, and we think of those who are alone. During a pandemic, we wash hands more than ever before. We cover when we sneeze, keep hands to ourselves, and take shoes off at the door. During a pandemic, we miss our grandmas, cousins, and friends too. Remember this, I beg you. You're lucky to have people to miss and who miss you. After a pandemic, people will jump with glee. Schools to open, parties to plan, and movies for all to see. After a pandemic, we may still wear masks, you see. You'll get used to them, I promise, and safer you will be. After a pandemic, you know what's important means to you. Things that are important, like those who you love and who loves you. And that's the end.
Thank you, Mr. Chewey. For those of you who are just tuning in, you listen to Author Chewey. He is not the author, guys, of this book. During a Pandemic is written by Miss Ashley, but he's reading her book, and I'm glad that he did because it is a great time for us to be reading books to our children about the pandemic and putting them into words that they can understand. So if you guys, we'll try to get her her website for you guys, and if you would like to purchase a copy of During the Pandemic, we'll get that information for you. Or later on, if you go back to my page, I'll have it up on my bedtime story page for you guys. Well, Mr. Chewey, tell us. I know we're talking about. Let's see here. Hi, Veronica. How are you doing? Hi, Randy, my husband. Hi, Yasmin. How are you doing? I'm looking at two different screens because I have some that are here and not coming up on my screen. Yes, darling. Other than, yeah, he didn't write the book, so we're gonna try to see if we can find the author and get her on so that she can answer these questions that you guys are putting in the comment box for you guys, and we'll see if we can make that happen. Well, so Mr. Joy, tell us a little bit about your book, the book that you wrote.
Here it is. It's called American Tango. It's a romance drama set in a Springfield that's undisclosed, so it could be any Springfield. It's set in current times. It's about two main characters, Kevin Summers and Allison Winters. They haven't seen each other for 16 years, and it's kind of like it's a romance and also a drama about people trying to figure where they are in life.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin's working, but not where he thought he'd be at 30. Allison is sort of in her career she thought she wanted to be, but not sure she wants to be where she'd be, and so they run into each other again. And so, I don't want to give completely away, but it's them trying to figure out if they are where they want to be and what it takes to get where they want to be, and just the state of the world and kind of stuff like that.
Yeah. So guys, when you listen to the Chewey, his book is more about like a romance book. And so if you guys if you have any little ones watching and you want them, it's nothing, we're not going over the top, guys, because you know what type of show I run here. But again, we're providing books not only for our children now. Bedtime Stories is going to also be providing books for our adults, for our teen girls, for our teen boys, as well as our younger ones. So I have a lot of people often come to me looking for teen books and other books. And so this is a great way to introduce those books as well here on Bedtime Stories. Someone wants to know, is this book about you?
No, I mean, I may have been inspired by some of my own experiences, but it's not a biography.
So let me ask you, what got you into wanting to write romance books?
Well, I wrote other stories. In fact, this is the story I'm working on, but this is a different kind of series I'm working on. So I wrote many kinds of stories, but I wanted to write something that was, I guess, people could relate to, that hopefully could relate to, and their own experience of a world that doesn't go the way you think, and figured some people could relate to that, and how to get through with it.
What age did you start writing?
Well, not this book, but I started writing around college. So I was inspired by stuff back then. I wrote a few things I didn't publish, and then by the time after college, I wrote a few more things. Then during the pandemic, I had time to focus on a few other things. So I started before the pandemic, but then I had time to finish this. Yeah.
So who was one of your inspirations for writing?
I guess J.K. Rowling, because I was inspired by how she overcame her own tense situation to become quite successful. Stephen King, even if I'm not a horror writer, I know he struggled at first, and he's doing quite successful with his own kind of stories. Let's see, George Martin for the Game of Thrones series. J.K. Tolkien for the Lord of the Rings, for being one of the original stories like that to inspire me. And Neil Gaiman and a few others inspire me with all the stuff they did.
Awesome. Do you do your own illustrations?
No, drawing's not quite my specialty, unfortunately. I have ideas though, so like I didn't draw this, but I gave the people to draw the plans for this. So some people liked it, so it was somewhat of a success. And it was also for the draft cover for another book I'm working on, more of a fantasy type. Someday.
And what age group are your books geared towards?
Well, American Tango, I would say, would be young adults, because it's sort of people, coming to deal with life and coming to terms with everything from relationships to family to what makes you happy of a career, all that stuff like that. The fantasy series I'm working on, it's more like across of Star Wars meets Batman, so anyone who would like that stuff would probably, hopefully, enjoy that.
I guess our young boys would love to read something like that.
Yeah, hopefully one day I'll be able to do something for that as well.
Awesome. So, guys, for those of you that are just tuning in, we're listening to Mr. Ben Chewey, and he is the author of American Tango. But he read to us tonight during a pandemic by Miss Ashley. Yes, by Miss Ashley. And so we're here just talking about his book. Again, because we're trying to introduce some books to our older generation, as well as our younger generation. Your hubby would like which one, McKinnon, the one where he was with the drawing, the black and white drawing. Yes, and I think that's the one she's talking about. So, Mr.
She had a question about this one, or
yeah, I think she said her husband would like reading something like that. Yes,
I'm working on it, but maybe someday.
So, how long do it take you to write your novels?
Let's see. It depends, because like the fantasy series, I already wrote probably enough to make a full series out of it, but I'm trying to figure out how to get the first one done right to make it a successful first book in that series, and then go from there. This one took about. I actually went back. I started, then went back to this one but then during the pandemic, I went to finish this. So it took about a year. I actually wrote another book this year, a book that hopefully will be the next one I publish, that I started in March and I finished last month, released a draft. So I write an outline, then depends on the book, but usually it doesn't take, once I know what I'm doing, I'd say it doesn't take too long to get it all worked out.
How has it been? How has it been during the pandemic with selling of the books and doing, because I know with the pandemic it slowed down a lot of people a lot, but in kind of ways it didn't, because with me doing what I do here on Facebook, I was able to bring on a lot of authors and they were able to come on and promote their books. How has it been for you?
Well, definitely it's more difficult than it would have been otherwise. It's like stuff at the library, stuff in the stuff, just like the bookstores. They weren't open for a long time, and that definitely makes it hard to get your name out there. And if it wasn't for stuff like this, I have even more limited options. If especially if everything closed. And so I was just trying to do what I could to figure out ways to sell it. Besides just telling friends and family on Facebook and social media and stuff. And but, I just kept thinking of different ways. Like I work in the school, and I told the librarian there and the school staff there, and we did I talked to a few classes about writing there. And so I think I got a few more book sales. Oh, sorry, phone's ringing.
That's okay. Yes. So someone wants to know, when will you finish the Batman book?
Well, it's finished, but I have to figure out how to edit it and then publish it. But maybe next year will be a good year for that.
Now what age group is that one geared towards? Because someone says that I would love the Batman book for my classroom, but what age group is that? Because I know that is a lower class that she has. So what age group does that one is that geared towards?
I'd say it's not for people just starting to read. It's probably more in the line of people who buy Star Wars books, or books are for teenagers. I think you definitely, at the bare minimum, you have to be for the themes and stuff like that.
So now that I have my friends on here saying my boys love superheroes, you're gonna have to turn those into some cartoon, maybe some comic scripts. Remember back in the day, we used to love to get the newspaper so we can read the comic scripts with the little cloud and the little thing pointing up there. So maybe now you have to get something for those that are in the middle age group.
Yeah, in the old days, my mom said she would see the shorter comics just in the supermarket and stuff like that. You don't see it quite so much, but I guess now it's more like on YouTube, or the right way to do it, the social media stuff like that.
Would you ever think about doing the Batman one for little kids, for the little ones?
There have to be some changes, but maybe an adaptation could be like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be awesome. Guys, if you have any more questions for my author, put them in the comment box and we will answer them for you. Again, we're just throwing some books out here in the next couple of weeks that will be geared towards some of our older adults that would like to read books and have something in their hands. Mr. Chewey, tell us, where can we purchase your books and how much are your books?
So far, American Tango is the only one that's for sale at this moment of time. On Amazon. That's pretty much the easiest way to buy it. The physical copy costs $12, and the digital copy for Kindle and stuff costs about $3 to $4. I'll double check. Thing. Yes, it is. Yes, the exact price is its Kindle price costs $2.99, so basically $3.
Oh, so they're not expensive at all.
Yeah, well, one to have for all kinds of situations.
That's good. I like that. I like the prices on that. That is awesome. How do you handle writer's blocks?
I look at other things to get ideas, and then I go back to it, I guess. I like to plan ahead generally, so I don't get into that situation where I'm like, I don't know how to end this. Normally, I'd say I haven't had too many issues so far of figuring out how to end the books I'm writing. Just getting it all together. Like this current book I'm on, it took a month to plan out the ideas and the plot and the A to B to C to Z. And so after I wrote the outline, I had to improvise some little details, but it didn't take too much trouble. I mean, I might have to revise them, so who knows? But so far, it hasn't been too much issue.
That's awesome. Well, guys, next week, guys. Oh, I'm so excited. Next Tuesday. Guys, next Tuesday, I have an author that's going to be coming on, but that's not the news that I want to tell you guys. Next Tuesday is my birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yes, guys, we're going to be doing a Turn It Up Tuesday for my birthday on next week. So guys, I want you guys to come on. I'm thinking about doing a Zoom so I can bring people in so you guys can say hi, say happy birthday. I want to do a birthday tea or something. I don't know. And if I don't do the Zoom, I'm just going to do the StreamYard. But I still want you guys to come in, say happy birthday, and turn it up with me on next Tuesday. Yes, guys. Yes. Thank you, darling. Happy early birthday. Thank you, guys. I am so excited. 57 is reaching near. Whoo, don't seem like it. Don't seem like I was just born yesterday, guys. But I am so excited. And also, guys, I have some more important news that's going to be coming up in about another month or so. So, guys, stay tuned for some more exciting news. I'm so happy about Mr. Chewey. I'm so happy about some projects that I'm doing here. And I can't wait to share them with everybody. I'm working on a couple of things, not just with the Roku channel, not just here with my StreamYard, but also outside of that. Oh, guys, 2 weeks ago, I did my back to school giveaway. I gave out 200 book bags here in Austell, Georgia. I'm so proud that turned out well. So just a lot of things is going to be happening here on with me and with Bedtime Stories, guys. So just stay connected with us. Well, Mr. Chewey, I would like for you to give us a word of encouragement before we leave.
Okay. I know it's not the happiest of times, but the lights at the end of the horizon, slowly but surely. So everyone's got to hopefully hang in there, do what you can to keep busy and keep your mind from seeing too much unhappy thoughts, and keep pressing forward, guys, and we'll all get through it at the other side one day or another.
Yes.
So I hope everyone can make it through.
Yes, we will. Well, guys, I want to thank you for tuning in to Bedtime Stories with Miss Pat. I air every Tuesday and Thursday night right here on Facebook Live, guys. And sometime here, I'm here on a Monday. Don't forget to join me next Tuesday night at 8 p.m. for my birthday. Come celebrate with me, guys. I'd love to have you here. Well, guys, it's time for us to leave. We have to get out of here because Miss Pat have to go to work in the morning. And I'm quite sure Mr. Chewey does too, guys. Make sure you purchase his book and make sure that you guys look on Facebook and see if you can find Miss Ashley Parati and also get a copy of her book during the pandemic. I'm going to look on Facebook and see if I can actually find her and see if I can get her to come on the show so that we can ask her a few questions about her book and what we're going through during the pandemic. Well, guys, it's been good having you with me. I hope that you guys have a blessed, happy, awesome, wonderful, fantastic weekend. And I will see you guys back here on next Tuesday night at 8 p.m. sharp. Have a good night. Bye.